somewhere. Tonight, I'm on fire. It's live. We're late. Sorry, everyone.
Everyone's frozen. Jack's nipples are slightly on fire.
Yeah, it's really funny where he's got him howled.
So, if you were going to have sex with another man, it would have to be NJ Tech. Fucking hell.
But he's never here. He's playing hard to get again.
Yeah. Right, I'm glad that's over. Hello, and well...
Sorry.
Oh, well done, Tony. Hello, welcome to another episode of Let's Drone Out. Or, as the show's now called, Let's AndyRC Out.
Oh, my goodness. I knew
We are
I
in the
wouldn't.
presence of actual genius here, people.
Yeah. An IQ greater than 150.
No, I think I got 130, I think.
Cleverer than Joshua Bardwell. It's official. And that guy learns people's stuff all the time.
You're talking like me, Curry.
Learns people stuff. You're having a go at him. No. I wouldn't have a go at any of. I'm not having a go at anybody.
I'm not having a go. Don't put words in my mouth.
So Andy, Richard Warwick, so Andy.
Tonight-
Yes. Oh no, someone's posting links to it as well.
Yep. Tonight we are joined by AndyRC.
G'day.
We're joined by
See?
Frank RC.
Hello.
We're joined by
Careful.
Tone Star RC.
That'll do. Bonjour.
Everyone's favourite Curry RC.
Hello.
And
I
I'm
have had a curry RC once. It's quite a hot one. Carry on.
and
sorry.
I'm Brighton Till I RC. Welcome everybody. Who here has watched that video?
Oh, I have.
And then called me whilst hyperventilating
Yeah.
and having some sort of seizure.
Well, I had a migraine for the last couple of days, so I've been off grid, and I turned my phone on. I think it was about 4 o'clock today, and I was like, "There's quite a lot of notifications here. I mean, I get a lot of notifications anyway, but more than usual." I thought, "Oh." Anyways, after going through,
Tell them what you said to Painless.
well, this was it. Yeah. When my
'Cause
phone,
that's the part that hurts me.
it hurts you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The part that hurts it hurts Jack because I called Painless before I called Jack.
Northern
No,
conspiracy.
And
Yeah.
you were like, hang on a minute, Jack's written something. And then you were both like...
That was it, yeah. So as I was on the phone to Lee, because I got a voice message from him, I said, and I that's where I found the video. I was like, oh my God, what are the comments going to say? And I was like, even worse, Jack's commented and it's got that many likes. It's one of the top ones. Like,
Well, my favourite thing in the chat already is Win Davis saying, disclaimer, curry kitten, please.
Any views expressed by any guest on the show are personal and may not reflect the views of the host or participant of the show, except, of course, for AndyRC because he is a certified genius and anything he says is true.
There you go.
well, you know what they say?
What's it all about then, Andy? Come on.
They say let other people praise you, you know. So that's
Yeah.
Oh my... There's praising and then there's just... Oh. But no, well done. I'm proud of you.
On the plus side, I think he would definitely come on the show now if you asked him, Andy, because, you know, he's a bit of a fan.
Well, I think, yeah, I think he'd come on the show. But he's been on the show. He's on the Christmas show.
He was briefly there for about 10 minutes, wasn't he?
It's just getting the timing right because it's really early in Australia. Yeah,
Oh,
but
come on, put Tom and that have done it. Paul and
That's
Tom.
Like, Tony doesn't believe in Australia because he thinks the Earth's flat and Australia doesn't exist or something.
No, it does, but they're just a really long walk, flatness that way.
Yeah, they just fly in circles because they don't have to fly around the world. It's just in a straight line.
But yes, I was very surprised to see a picture of me and a picture of Josh, and then it said Andy is a genius, and I'm like, and I'm like, Yeah, you know, because you guys know me, like how I am.
What are you talking about? I'm like lost. I haven't watched anything yet.
Stu from UAV Futures made a
Mhm.
video, his latest video, and Diatone brought a 3-inch model out, very similar to the one that you got, Tone. And but it was a 6S model, and when it came, out of the box, it flew. They just hadn't put a tune on it whatsoever. It was dreadful.
Right.
So I just came up with a simple tune, nothing special, really. I mean, it took a lot of time because the model was doing something different in that it's 6S on a 3-inch. It's the fastest model I've ever reviewed, or ever, 124 mile per hour, I think.
Yeah, I watch your stuff.
I
have to watch your stuff because you're my friend, but I kind of skip shit.
You don't have to, Tony.
No, but I do. You're like peanut butter on toast, cup of tea in the morning.
Wow.
And Andy's on.
At least you're able to like just say you watch stuff. I actually have to comment and say I watched this. Because Tony's like, you never watch my things, you never comment.
That's all I get now. I watched this from Jack on my YouTube.
Yeah,
He's such an arse, but it makes me chuckle every time. So you carry on, Jack.
I can't be mean to him because he's got the ultimate ammunition. He filmed me taking a shit in the woods.
Does he yeti shit in the woods? Yes, I have evidence. I chased him with my drone.
It was a peaceful enjoyment moment of, clarity, and then you ruined it.
He can't be horrible to me ever again.
Oh, it's so bad.
You know how...
Don't know where you would...
I've got an illness, Tony. You violated my privacy.
I've got 2 things on you now, Jack. You got to be nice.
Can you imagine that on the news? Man uses drone to take a picture of a person taking a poo.
Why did you even want that? Have you jerked off to it?
Of course not. I stood in the field while you went off to go to poo-poo, and I turned round to the people in the field and said, would Jack...
who was meant to be my friend.
Jack, shush. I said to the people in the field who were flying with me, if it was me going off to do a shit in the woods, would Jack put his drone up and come find me? And they both said yes before I even finished the bloody question. So I just did it.
So then there were multiple people watching through their goggles as well.
Yeah.
So it was like a peep show, but
yeah,
did you were the
all
goggles
my
being passed around to passers-by as well, just in case someone came walking the dog? It's like you would not believe what's going on in the woods. Have a look.
Have a look at that Yeti. But yeah, man, it had to be done.
What is wrong with you,
man? So drones can not only be weaponized, they can be used for positive things like, dogging and things. They could all, everybody puts their goggles on, for safety.
Thank you for the disclaimer.
It wasn't a pretty sight.
What's Win said?
Well, no, he was like, disclaimer.
No, it's all
sorry, back to your story, Andy, Jack.
Oh, that was pretty much it, really. I didn't do anything special, but...
money and
fire to things.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks,
you want to do one?
I've probably got one here I can do, but this last time I've done this, it burnt a hole.
How much is $20?
Screen protector.
It's like about a tenner.
No, that's well worth. Oh, that's burnt out. That's been sitting there a week.
Is it 2, 3?
Oh, I like one of these.
It's 2 now because I dropped one.
Things. Are you doing it or should I? Jack.
You do one, I'll do one.
Okay, I'm moving my phone because it burnt my screen protector. Oh my god. And that, because that was expensive. Thanks, Darnine!
Thank you.
Oh my god, I burnt my thumb again!
Oh no.
Oh. Please donate.
Please donate for Tony's medical care.
When the wind blows.
Oh, this is really, really hot. I've got my aircon downstairs pointing towards my door because it's so hot up here.
And you've made it even hotter.
And now it's just ridiculous.
This segment is like donations are now going to go towards plasters, I think, from this point on. Like, someone's donating, right? Do I get the big plaster or the little plaster out?
Oh, thank you, Darnine, anyway.
Thank you.
We love our donations. It helps keep this show alive, and just
Stops Frank from killing
to
me.
let you know that
Is there? Hey, Jerry.
Jerry's quiet. That is
Hey,
£1. That is
Gary.
money.
Thank you,
Oh,
Gary.
yeah, his name is Gary, isn't it? I forgot.
Is there enough in the budget to get like flame-proof gloves?
Pardon me. I'd love some gloves.
Have a look at some.
I feel that would take
We've
the
had a
danger
few
out of it.
new patrons lately. Who
We have
I
had a
will,
few new patrons.
I will message. Now.
And we are very especially grateful for patrons at the moment because
Thanks, Jerry. Gary.
we have been doing the past couple of years of this show through Hangouts on Air, which is a YouTube kind of inbuilt system.
Google, should we say? It's Google and YouTube together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, well, one owns the other, so.
Oh, they're both owned by Alphabet, but same thing. But yes, there's only 2 more episodes of the show until that entire system gets thrown away and not replaced by the official powers that be. So, very luckily, we know someone, well, Dom, who started the show in the first place, essentially.
Stop!
Is building us a new system for us to do it.
Another firework.
For us to be able to carry on
this in the background.
From the 1st of August, we will still be able to work because we have a brand new system coming along. But because we're going to have to be, paying for the running of that out of all the Patreon money,
going to get
we are very even more grateful than normal for support.
It's a shame that there's not a free system, but it's. Will there be advantages to this system? I'm guessing it's going to be a bit more advanced because let's face it, Hangouts is cool, but quite often the resolution makes us all look like a potato sometimes. So could that improve? Maybe.
I mean, that's more dependent on the connection between each of us and the internet.
That's usually
grubby, isn't they?
When we go on Discord, it's a completely different experience to what we have.
Like this.
But that's also only 2 or 3 people on Discord at any one time, which makes a difference.
It does. Okay.
So quality, we will see.
Tony's gonna set fire to his hands and his mittens now.
I can't light it. It doesn't work.
Well, of course.
Thank you, RC Aviation. Anyway,
when they went to space, that you say they didn't do. They didn't when they used oven mitts to try and do things, and it didn't always get the job done.
It just makes me jump every time. All right, oven mitts are us. They're so hot in here. Well, I don't want any more donations.
Take your top off, Tone.
No, that's pay-per-view, Andy. I don't think you.
I like how you didn't completely dismiss it, though.
Top level patrons only.
I'll definitely take it off, but it's just pay-per-view. It's a bit more than £5.34.
If you don't send more money, Tony will take his top.
Okay, how many donations for Tony? How much to take your top off?
Honestly, how much? Huh?
What?
To help pay for next week's stream, how much?
How much? Tony?
I don't know. No, it's only boys on here. I haven't even seen the.
So he wants the benefit. He wants the benefits of taking his top off.
How much, Tony?
50 quid. Would you do it for 50?
Probably
20.
No, he's haggling.
Right, that's enough of that stupidness. Thank you anyway, RC Aviation.
How much, Tony?
I remember over Christmas we couldn't get him to put his top back on. We just have to be the timing is right.
Yeah, yes. Oh, you mean a few more beers is what you're saying, and he'll do it for free.
Yeah.
He might have no choice if people keep donating anyway.
I don't want any donations anymore.
You're not supposed. As Andy's trying to plead.
Stop sending donations, please. We've got enough now.
There's 101 here.
Someone do 25. I'll do 25, and then Tony takes his top off.
Would you Tony has to agree to it first.
How many women are? How many girls are in the chat?
I love how it's not concerned about like having the fact he's got to take his top off. He's like, what benefit to me is this?
Hold on, let me see what it looks like if I suck in.
I can't work it out if
Okay.
Are you talking
Hang on.
about your?
doesn't want to take his top off because he thinks there might be girls in the chat, or does want to take him off.
Oh no, he's pretty. He's
What?
in good shape, Tony.
Oh look! Oh my God! What's your favourite? What? Angel Delight, James Cheryl. That's a new name in the chat. So I don't eat Angel Delight, so someone else can answer that.
I wonder if she's got that from watching the latest series of Top Gear, which is surprisingly very good. I don't
haven't
know.
seen Angel Delight since the 80s. Is that still going?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can still get Angel
Jack, you got a
Delight.
light saying and answer the question.
My favourite is chocolate.
Chocolate, same. here.
Yeah, and my mum's is butterscotch.
Oh no, that'd make me sick. That would.
Oh, I love a bit of butterscotch. Well, I
The
did.
butterscotch is good. I mean,
Having Googled it, I recognise the packaging.
Oh yeah, Andy was born before
Oh my God.
1990.
Darname's just done another $25.
oh,
I was
man.
trying to mention your 25 there.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's Australian dollars.
What's that in real money?
You didn't specify the currency.
I did.
No, it said 25 quid. I think.
Yeah, quid.
25.
Okay, what's is it Australian or Austrian?
That is 13.
Australian.
That is £13.93.
Yeah.
Well, that's still quite a nice
That's a bit-
donation.
That's
Thank
a
you very
very-
much.
That's
That
a
is
very
no,
a
no,
good donation. Tony, take all your clothes off. Come on.
Get
It's
naked,
not-
Tony.
Not enough.
Take one for the team.
I will. I'll message Miss.
I'll
I'm
tell you
messaging Miss
what.
Creatures.
I will sit here with naked from the bottom down. How about that?
Write a bit, Jack. Write a bit.
Naked
There
from
you
the
go.
bottom down. But we can't see that bit. Very clever.
Exactly.
See, very clever tone.
Thank you very much, Darnome. Again, that is brilliant.
So, Tony, thank you, buddy.
Reynolds81 in the chat says
God.
Top Gear is a BBC program. You shouldn't be saying anything is good from them.
No, they've
Yeah,
been tainted with
agreed.
another program now, haven't they? That's it. They're dead to us.
I was really surprised. If it wasn't for my dad saying, "Hey, have you seen the latest
Well,
Top?
Darnome.
Have you seen the latest Top Gear?" And I thought it's Paddy McGuinness, Freddie Flintoff, and Chris Harris is his name. So one of the previous presenters. You wouldn't think it would work, but
Oh no, that sounds like it actually would work, and they'd probably get into a fight after the show.
I haven't laughed so much in a long time. I
I
thought
have to watch that.
I thought Clarkson was good. I think I would pick that trio over Clarkson, Hammond, and May. They were that funny.
Wowzers.
Who's Boo Boo?
Right until I fly.
Boo
Tell
Boo.
my gay lover Tony I love him. Right until I fly. He is my wife, Lord. Competition.
Hey,
Oh.
stop fighting.
At the end of Drone and Sundry, I sit there in complete quietness. I have it in the background. And they're like, right, time to wrap up. Has anyone else got anything to say? And I'm like, Tony's going.
Well, apparently, because I'm talking about the BBC, people are unsubscribing from my Patreon. So don't watch the new Top Gear, everybody. It's by the BBC who put out the Horizon.
About unsubscribing, I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers so I could live stream from my YouTube channel. Oh my God,
Oh, Tony, get naked. Come on.
20 bar. That's not 50.
Oh, man, hang
Now,
on.
now my daughter's just shouting "what" from the other room because I'm shouting "Tony get naked." So what's going on, man?
This is stupid. I'm not doing it.
All of
Okay,
Wayne's
I'll
family.
Put that.
20 quid from Aris, and you've got 25 from Darno. And I think
Come on,
it's about
Tony.
that.
It's like, this is like gay porn or something.
Just get your top off, you whore.
It's like, man.
Off.
Lucky I've had a few beers, otherwise this would.
Hey.
Oh my God, I'm white.
Look
Why
at him.
am I tan?
Look at him, man. It's in good shape, Tone. Look.
Tony, tease the nipples a little bit, else we're not going to.
Did you
Something
see
look
that? Look at
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It got me as well.
For God's sake, this is turning into porn. I'm not doing nipple shots.
He's naked.
Fucking hell. We haven't even talked about fucking any drones at all. We're doing fireworks, people getting naked. This is ridiculous.
Let's ask the chat. Do you want us to talk about drones?
Or just talk bollocks like we normally do and get undressed. Fucking hell. This is stupid. Right. I have to do
I
this.
thought as a glazing hygienist, you'll be out in the sun a bit more. I have to admit, Tony.
I'm quite. I think I look brown. It's this light.
So I can vouch for him, Tony. Then again, it's not really much of a comparison,
It's got a
but
really bright light on me.
he put his arm up against mine, and it was like I was just like
What's the chat?
a
I'm
bottle
rolling.
of milk or
rolling
something.
right
Does
now.
this make Tony a professional stripper?
Oh God.
Yeah, he's taken money for his clothes.
yeah.
covered
Giving
up.
him money, he's taking his clothes off. He's a
That's
stripper.
it. So I'm a professional.
Anyway, we're reaching the halfway mark, which is the official time when we have to talk about things that are important.
70
because
people
that's
have seen me topless.
And yeah, actually, something I wanted to talk about. Has anyone watched Frank on Painless's channel?
Yes.
Yes.
That is
Oh,
genius
yeah.
right there.
Oh.
Stop it! You'll make him self-conscious.
Oh yes. Sorry.
It's a very delicate ecosystem here.
I put my top. Can someone pay $10 so I can put my top back on?
No.
Please.
Yeah,
Someone
Tony's now got to plead.
down.
No, that's
Please,
it.
someone donate £10 so I can put my top back on.
That's never going to work. It needs to be.
I'm really brown there and then white. Look, but
Yeah.
this tan fate is gone.
Do you not do your glazing hygiene stuff in the nuddy downtown?
No, topless. I've
Okay,
done it
right.
before, and I've had people say, "Oh, would you round my house topless?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Not
that,
enough." It's a bit disrespectful, isn't it? Really. So no, I generally just wear a t-shirt. Please, someone pay $10 so I can put my top back on.
No.
I'm not sitting all there. Not
right. Come on then, Andy. What do you want to say?
Yeah, so this was a video that I recorded with Painless 360, and it's up on his channel. It's one of his videos while he's on holiday. It's a bit of a filler video, I think, but it's updating everyone on all the new rules that came out. So these were announced the beginning of June. They came into UK law beginning of July, but they're not going to be. So they're kind of written into the law, but they're not enacted. They're not like active until July 2020. Basically, it's registration on steroids. But sorry, Tony. Was that
What happened there? What?
I've put Donald Trump on my nipples.
Oh right. I thought for a brief second I thought you put a bra on.
Come
or
on,
something.
someone donate. I want to get dressed. I feel cold and like everyone's looking at me. It's
You were
really
saying you
No one's
got
going
your
to donate to have you put your top back on. They'll just donate to make you write slag in Sharpie or something over your
I'm
chest.
putting it on.
A fetish. Right.
I think he'd done his time. I think
Thanks,
he did
Eric.
it. You've done it well.
God, if you weren't a genius, I'd smack you in the face.
I wish I was a genius. We should address that before Andy moves on. I don't agree with the title of that video, but it made me smile. But Josh definitely I don't think you could ever compare me to Josh. I think though, I did spend pretty much half a day tuning that quad with the hopes that it would help people, and it helped Stu. And I think you could see it was night and day between. It was night and day between how it flew before and after, and so it was cool to see that. But I'm sure Josh could do a much better job.
Kelsey's just turned up in the chat, so it's just as well Tony's put his top back on, else it could be considered grooming.
Kelsey, you missed out on that one, love.
It's not a
FX Node, thank you very much for the $10. Tony managed to get his t-shirt back on.
Oh, will you like one?
There is a rewind button, and it is on the internet forever.
They paid me to be naked, so I had to do it, Kelsey. I'm like some stripper whore now.
Don't say that. Kelsey, don't listen. If people give you money, you don't have to take your clothes off. This is it's not rules for life. This is just rules for Tony.
Yes. Don't do it. Thank you. Who was the last one who donated? FX. No, thank you very much.
All right. Talking of these rules thing, my takeaway from the video is that they looked a bit like a father and son team with the little matching T-shirts and things, which I thought was hilarious. But I have to say, it seems to me the straw that breaks the camel's back. This one, I was like, I could just about get behind the registration because it wasn't too much hassle, and okay, they charge you money. I get why they're doing it. They want to feel they've done something, but the whole shebang of the amount of stuff in the new stuff for 2020, aside from the fact that it basically, oh yeah, we've set up this expensive system, but kind of ignore that because we're setting up something else in 2020. It's just, I think, either going to make people give up or make people say, I'm not doing any of this. It's bollocks.
It's working as well, sadly. There's more people throwing their quads away than ever because of it, and it's so that's work. You know, what can we do to reverse the opposite? Do some really good things. I think that's the only, you know, what we need to do is save a police officer, save the head of the CAA from a burning building. So first we need to set the building on fire, then get a bit. No, I'm just kidding.
what it is, you need to save Baroness. What's her name? Air Minister. I've forgotten her name.
She was
now.
good, wasn't she? Or here
Well, she was suitably diplomatic, I think.
better than the others.
Just keep flying over Gatwick and just say, until it's reversed, Gatwick will stay closed.
Yeah, that'll definitely work.
They react to that sort of stuff, I understand.
Well,
I
that's
need another drink because Mako was in the chat and Kelsey. I need a drink.
Get the top's coming off again, lads.
He's getting a drink. Really, he's going to do a few more.
I just like to clarify that he's probably masturbating right about now. Sorry, guys.
But yes, so the rules for 2020.
Yeah, but they're not though, are they? They are the alleged rules, and because they change all the time.
These are written into law now in the UK. They are going to be enforced as of July 2020.
Does that
they
include the
exist.
stuff that's not currently possible? Like
Yes, that includes
conspicuation.
Yes, the electronic conspicuity that doesn't yet exist. That is going to be a thing. Yeah.
Well done, boys.
Well, the thing is, it is because they've got a class that doesn't have it, that's really small, and they've got a class that doesn't have it, that's sort of a legacy thing. So if you've already got it, then it doesn't matter.
But the class that doesn't have it and is really small has restrictions on speed, yes, and distance.
This is all
can't possibly be done unless there's something to govern that.
But that could just be the fact that it has certain size wings or drag.
So basically,
or whatever,
any model we own will now fall foul of the law, essentially.
Well, wasn't this just for models that you buy off the shelf, Andy, with the CE rating and all that?
So
stuff?
it's
you build it yourself.
The new models that come onto the market from July 2020. So
even if it's a frame, or can't you sell frames anymore?
So I think there's going to be a distinction between parts and kits. So if you buy a kit that has a substantial number of parts in that all go together to make something that flies, then that is going to be required to have a CE mark on it that puts it into one of these categories. But
what if you buy it from China, who just have no laws on things like that and will send stuff anywhere?
They'll just put their own mark on it.
How much has Amazon and DJI put into helping the government do this?
Quite a bit.
There you go. That's exactly all we need to know.
Allegedly, quite a bit.
Well, what's the
It's in their interest, though, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. That they want to get us out of the skies, and they want them in the skies.
Well, DJI doesn't want us out of the skies. DJI wants us in the skies because it's consumers.
But not us as in. I mean.
Oh, you mean you're separating? Yeah,
I'm separating me for
the people. Even though I've got do you even fly mate?
Them people.
The vast majority of what we do can ignore all the CE ratings because you've got private builds is one thing, legacy builds is another, legacy models. So if something's currently on the market and it just stays on the market for the next 5 years, you'll probably be fine. If you've bought it already, it will be fine. It will become under the legacy thing. The issue is what they class as the kind of what's currently considered, away from a congested area is going to become just impossibly far away from everything.
Like the Peak District or something.
But it's not even that, because you've got to have, I think the phrase off the top of my head is reasonable expectation that no one will be in the area where you're flying.
Well, that's what I do. I wait for the dogs to stop shitting, and then I go and
Same
fly.
as me, yeah. I get up early and then I fly.
Yeah, get up early, no dog shitting, or
Yeah.
wait for them to go, and then that's the current
I
procedure.
found out you can scare dog walkers off by keep diving at them, and then they'll go.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, read
have
it
to have
again,
my-
and can you put Tony's not going to get naked for anything under 50 quid now?
I think
I
you
like-
might be pricing yourself out of the market there, Tony.
No, he didn't. He got 50 last time.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? 50, whatever currency is. Then someone will like do.
Yeah, some Ethiopian puts in some 50 Ethiopian bucks, whatever that is. Probably
Yeah.
nothing.
Or
Not
Hong Kong
it's
dollar
Ethiopian
or
or anything.
something.
No, I'm not in for this thing. I'll get naked this way, downward. You just have to leave me.
I need you to keep your socks on for reasons I'm not going to go into.
I actually haven't got socks on.
Oh, that's ruined it for me.
That's what she
You
said.
got a feet fetish? Sorry.
No, just a sock fetish.
What about, anyways, Andy?
Sorry.
What about this? If you buy a model from China who aren't going to know, I was,
Yeah.
funnily enough, going back to this model that this video was around, me and Josh and whatever. That model was above 250 grams, but you buy it from China. So if it doesn't, they're not going to surely follow European laws. What are they just going to?
It's the same argument as well. Registration is going to be a requirement. What's going to stop you flying without registration? It's the same thing. Yes, it will be physically possible to break the law. Turns
So
out,
what about you've mentioned like the legacy builds and stuff.
Mhm.
So you're saying, okay, the stuff we have, we can fly it. However, it becomes impossibility to fly it because of the regulations surrounding how there can't be any people ever in any area ever where you might be flying.
you basically you've got to be. There's a reasonable expectation that no one's going to walk through. So basically, no rights of way, as far as I'm interpreting that.
Well, then you
Which is
shouldn't.
every field ever.
You shouldn't be there yourself if there's no rights of way.
Well, unless you've asked permission from the landowner, which, of course, if we're flying anywhere, we've obviously got permission from the landowner.
So it's going to
Haven't
end
we?
up being so boring that everyone's going to give up. Because
Or-
it will be go to a BMFA field, which is mainly people who fly in socks and sandals with their.
Wait a minute now,
Well-
Tony. The BMFA have been very kind to us and come on the show, and that's not is the case for some people, but
Yes,
just
but they've
like
never
any
shown us their
organisation.
feet, have they? To be fair, we don't know what's going on under there.
Hey, they do that. They do drone stuff.
I'm
they
not
do
being horrible
modern
to them.
stuff.
I'm just saying it's just going to be a field in the middle of nowhere, and that's all you're going to be able to
Basically,
fly.
nobody's interested in flying
Okay, if you're
circles around
racing,
a field, are they? It's like part of the fun of
gonna
this
be
hobby is
boring.
finding places and finding tree gaps. And
Batwoman says in
Sorry.
the chat, "Hi, I'm late to this evening. What have I missed? Oh, Batwoman, you're going to have to hit that rewind button."
This is it. You see, you don't have to pay a thing now. Just rewind button.
Yeah.
Get to see Tony naked.
So,
I'll give you the timestamp of when to pause, and then just start going for it.
Sorry, carry on, Frank.
So to avoid having to find these A3 class spaces that are just I don't think exist besides maybe a handful of like specifically model flying sites that are only like they are owned by the club and have fences around them and have no rights of way through them, which I guess that must be a very few number. The only alternative would be to have something small enough that you can get away with a lot more.
But it can't go faster than 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's if it's bought off the shelf, then.
here's what I think will happen. I think the general people that fly the sort of quads we do will say, hey, I'm already kind of breaking the law because I might have a spotter and I might be going out over 400 meters. I think I'll just carry on.
Over
And
25
ignore it all.
milliwatt. Yeah.
Yeah, over 25 milliwatts, etc., etc. It's like, well, whatever. I'm just going to carry on and screw everything. So I think that this sort of, when you get a more extreme measure like that, it's like, yes, there's a certain amount of people, especially newcomers, that just won't do it because it seems too hard. Everybody else is just be like, sod that, I'm not going to go through. That's one hoop too many for me. I'm not going to do it. So I don't know what's going to happen there, because I don't think people are going to do that.
I think they're just going to make it
I
worse.
don't think people are going to drag themselves along to a test centre.
Nope.
Do what they've been doing for like the last 20 years.
I agree. I don't think
Nothing's going to happen.
You know, can you imagine, like for a start, you know, like Tony's like socks and sandals. He does go to a BMFA club, and they refer to him as the grass cutter because you know, like the quads.
Yeah, because I'd fly quads.
Yeah.
I've heard them called
Much worse things.
hair dryers.
No, to be fair, all the guys at my club are all right. There's a couple of them who don't like drones and stuff.
You can't blame them.
No,
when
you can't, because of
the
all the
media
shit that's going down now. But it's all media-based stuff, isn't it? It's not.
Of course it is. What you want to do, Tony, is go to that man, give him a big hug, and say, "I'll take my top off for 50 quid," and see what he says.
I try cuddling them all the time, but they won't have it. Don't know why.
Well, these chaps doing it for years, and I include myself in that. You know, it's easy to get angry when you've been following the rules, and then all of a sudden there's new rules to come in. It's understandable.
But can you imagine, like George, age 75, and he's got to go to a test centre? He's going to be like, for a start, I know how to fly a model, but I don't know how to use a computer.
Yeah, but when they say test centre, they don't mean like where you go and do your hazard perception test.
Yeah.
What they mean is somewhere that's been given the responsibility of testing people, which is in the documentation specifically suggested that it will be NQEs, who are the guys that do the PFCOs at the moment.
Which there aren't that many. It's not like that's countrywide, is there? There's a few guys doing those.
Huge travelling. It's not going to happen.
So, speaking to the BMFA, they could neither confirm nor deny what's exactly the state of things, but they are
covering that.
They are looking into that and comparing.
That's what needs to happen.
How many people have got pulled over by the police and told to stop flying?
None.
No one.
How many people?
Not even anyone to tell me I've got no brake lights out on my van.
How many people have been over and stopped by a policeman and said, "Can I have a look at what you're doing? Because it looks cool." That's happened. That's happened quite. Not to me personally, but you see it all the time and hear about it.
Yeah,
don't you?
I've been asked to move on in the New Forest by the New Forest wardens, because there is actually a bylaw there that says you can't fly radio-controlled craft. It was a bylaw that was created in the 1950s when remote-controlled craft equals these massive scale planes with nitro engines, which seems a bit outdated. But generally speaking, they've been like, "Oh, I don't mind," but we've been asked to ask you to leave, but you just move on to a different area.
It depends who you get as well. This is the thing. It's like if you've got a really grumpy, security guard who's having to work after his retirement because for whatever reason, then he's going to be really disgruntled. But if you've got someone, that's like, "Oh, these things are pretty cool flying around. They're not doing any harm. Yeah, just stay over that corner." It all depends who you get, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And who saw with the Swansea Air Show, was it at the weekend, where someone
in Wales flew something, didn't they?
There was a 6-mile exclusion zone in the middle of a town anyway, with a crowd full of people watching an actual full-size air show.
Was it a GPS flying drone or a racing drone?
I don't think we know exactly what it is, but
I don't.
Do you? How do you know?
What was happening in Cardiff?
It's stock photography, isn't it? It wasn't an actual photo of the actual thing.
Yes, but I'm just trying to blame them.
But either way, the point is, someone thought that was a brilliant idea, took off and was flying around. Police went, confiscated it, and then just gave it back to him the next day. No further
charges, nothing.
No further anything.
So it wasn't part of the show. He'd gone off his own back and decided.
Yeah, gone off and recorded it.
If they'd included it as part of the show and just had it behind the flight line, that could get some cool footage. But it was a show,
a coastal one, so everyone's kind of
okay.
On the seaside and watching the planes go by.
No, I didn't hear about that. No, didn't hear about it.
Well, I did. The Wales Facebook chat group. Someone put it up in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like they're being particularly harsh, given, you know,
Yeah,
there's
but
multiple
reckon-
reasons not to be flying there.
I reckon if that happened, you know, after November, they're like, sweet, we can get £1,000.
I think once
do policemen get bonuses for arresting people?
That seems unlikely.
No.
Okay. They just get more paperwork, don't they?
I heard. I don't know if it was. I've been watching a lot of these cold cases on Netflix. Have you seen them where they go back to an old case and open it? And there are a lot of cases where police said, "Oh, we had a quota of number of people we had to arrest." I don't know if that happens in this country, but I think there's evidence of it happening elsewhere for sure.
The drone quota. I think my point of view will be exactly as now, which is fly safely, keep away from people and stuff, and just carry on doing that. Because if you're, for example, I'm in flying in private fields where I've got permission to be there under 100 meters. It's like I fail to see evidence that I'm doing anything bad, so I'm just going to carry on. Fight the power.
Yep. Lewis Stephen said, got to go, guys. Brilliant watching. Oh, it just moved. Watching you all. Much love and see you again. Cheers, mate. Bye. Sorry, I just wanted to shout out for that because people enjoy that. Carry on.
Stecker says, "I'm so bored of flying over fields and trees." This is the problem, isn't it?
That is the problem. That's the problem when you go to a BMFA field. It's just like set up for people who just fly planes and they go round in circles and land it, and then that's it. And
the thing is, we're kind of spoiled though.
Unless there's racing right through grates and that, it's like go to a field and what do you do to the same field? You can't do any videos to put on YouTube or stuff. Well, look what I done. I flew in the same field again, but I flew upside down or something.
That's the difference between FPVers and people who do line of sight, because you do line of sight. It's not really your. So as long as you've got enough room to fly line of sight, you get to enjoy flying line of sight wherever you are. Whereas FPV, it's like it's exploring in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like it takes when you go to a bando. At that point, you are an aerial urban explorer rather than an urbex on your feet, aren't you? So I think that's where it completely differs. But I am somewhere in the middle, because I was in clubs for 20 odd years who flew at the same place. So when I started doing this, flying at the same field, it was like, this is cool because everything flies a little bit differently. Yeah. But I guess if you fly the same thing enough, you'll get bored of it. So I think that's what it is with it. You always have to be doing new stuff, and not necessarily. I was talking to Lee about this the other day. As long as you enjoy the flying part of it, not every. Certainly yourself, Tony, is into looking at new stuff and trying to push yourself. But other people just like the fact that they can fly.
Yeah, there is.
I would be happy if I could just fly.
Yeah,
you'll be flying next weekend for as many hours as you want, and you can be as drunk as you want, and you can shoot shit down out of the sky. You can have a fire.
I'm not sure you can be as drunk as you want. Just for this disclaimer,
you can.
And indoors
next weekend, you can do what you want.
I'm confused. Is that sort of drunken
Cortopia 2 weekend?
See,
all welcome.
I'm away.
Where is it, Tom?
Dorking. We've had this discussion before. No one knows where Dorking is. Everyone said, "Is that a real place?"
Thought it was the name of a scientist who died. Hold on, let's have a look. Let's see where it's.
Anyway, you can shoot stuff out of the sky, Andy. You can get drunk, Frank, and you can fly.
I've typed in Dorking, and the first thing that's come up is.
I bet it was docking.
No, Dorking, DAWKING. Genuine first thing that comes up, Dorking, a sexual act of two guys.
That is the field we're going to.
Google knows what you normally search for, Andy, so it's like, oh, what kink is it this time? Jesus.
Yeah.
I wish.
That's it.
Doing each other off with no hands. Oh my god.
No hands.
I'm not reading this out. Can you confirm if you type in Dorking into Google, the first thing that comes up? Dorking. I'm probably spelling it wrong.
Yes,
Dawking.
Oh, Dorking.
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
Yeah.
Well, read what the actors there. It's hilarious. I'm not.
If you put Dorking in properly, you get Discover Dorking, Things to Do in Dorking, Dorking Wikipedia, normal stuff.
Fraser in the chat's coming next weekend. Frank's coming. I think Brighton may be coming. Are you coming to next weekend, Jack?
Yeah, see how I feel.
Yeah, Jack's coming. Andy, you're welcome. I know you don't like sleeping out, but I can save you a space in me tent or hammock.
Oh, that's south. That's very south.
It's going to be such a good weekend. It's just local lads flying, drinking, shooting, fires. It's just good fun. 2 days of good fun.
I want to go to one of these. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but the Delta Hawks. It's
Yeah.
It's a more northern group of lads, but they do. But they were near the Towers Town at the weekend, and they do an amazing live stream from that event as well. And it was cool watching that.
Yeah, I watched some of that.
That's fairly local. That's fairly local to me, so I might go one of those. I mean, I'd be rubbish at racing and stuff, but it seems like a nice group of guys. Delta Hawks. I think they've got a website as well. I think like based like more sort of like I would say Peak District way, and that so where all the spots are. But they're a racing
far
group.
away, but yeah, the guys who do them live streams are getting that nailed down now. They're really good.
They're always really good quality, and
they really are.
They've got like sponsors between the flights, and
really good.
And because they usually got like top end pilots there, like Banny and
interviews
everybody.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, interviewing. Yeah,
definitely worth watching if you're into it. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I think a bit too
Hello,
far.
Zero. I'm here, but I'm silent. He says. Shall I have a little look through the chat quickly?
Oh, I miss Zero.
Let me just go up the chat a few.
Yeah,
Rob Britton's in the chat. Green Patches in the chat. Didio. Oh, I never get that one. Right. He's in the chat. MC Creation's in the chat. Richard Warwick's in the chat. Stez Cos is in the chat. That's a new one. Mr. Fruity Cakes, he's been in the chat.
Ladders is here. We mentioned him last night.
Ladders is in the chat. Who else? Drain Racer. Dave Story's in the chat. What's up, Dave? Win, always in chat. Fraser, see you next weekend. Rob Britton. That's it. I've run out.
Johnny Banton's in the chat.
Johnny Banton's in the chat. Evening. Hello, JB. He's going to Quadtopia next weekend. I haven't seen him for a while, so it'll be good to catch up. Spider's in the chat. Fruity Cakes. Martin McFly. Anyone else quickly? Diddy Fortone. That's it. I'm done.
Is it just an FPV event, or is it more than that? Or is it just a racing event?
No, it's just we've basically got a field from the farmer. We're all putting in 40 quid each, and we've got it for 2 days, and we can do what we want on it. So
and you chose FPV, okay?
We're flying whatever you can fly, whatever you can. We've got.
Don't read out the Patreons.
We're shooting.
You're shooting? Oh, not the guns.
Patreons. Owen Callahan.
Thank you.
Donny 24 FPV.
Thank
Ben
you.
Giles. Chris Webster.
And we lost NB.
Bye, NB. Sorry, bye.
I know. I did message them. Hey, what's your YouTube URL? If you're...
It's just an all-round...
If you're meant to be a mod, let me know. Mega
You're
Brenda. What a wicked name.
What's the name?
Mega Brenda, I think it is.
That is my mum. Where is that? Is that in the chat? Oh my God, my mum's watching me. Hello, mum.
Is that your mum? Your mum's made an account?
Yeah.
And stuff. No way. Oh,
Don't watch the start of this, mother.
Yeah, mum.
She's seen it all before.
Hello, mum.
Let's face it, you can't grow much.
I want to let you know that your son is a weird voyeur of me pooping, which I think is really weird.
He's an exhibitionist, as shown on this show.
Only for money.
He'll only do it for money.
And for some reason, he's obsessed with putting Donald Trump on his nipples.
It's really weird.
Now get shouted at by
Where
Sophie.
is she? Like, where has she gone?
What would be weirder is if he went to
You
sleep.
say nipples or something, she shouts.
He went to. Do you go to sleep like that, Tone, with just them covered up like that,
Yeah.
one on each?
Yeah.
MC Creations is asking a question about drones. So
I love
suppose,
MC Creations. Every time I post, he says something, and I'm so glad that he does. Thank you very much, because I posted 5 or 6 stuff to my YouTube account in the last couple of days. Every time I post, I lose a subscriber, and I look on the YouTube and it says, if you post regularly, you'll gain subscribers. Every time I post, I lose a subscriber.
Yeah, but when they're saying regularly, Tony, they're talking every day, which is
Oh,
just...
well, stop that. I
MC
posted
Creations
4 in
is
one
like
day,
a
and I lost
super commenter. He comments on all my videos.
Yeah.
it's everyone's. It's everybody. His dedication to the hobby is insane. Yeah,
I know. We
crazy.
should get him on live, but I think he's foreign.
So
we
he
have to
had
get
a question, and then there was another question.
Jack's laughing.
By
Andy's hand in his head. He's definitely coming.
Yeah, we got Brexit. Fuck off.
Like,
Sorry,
it's
Pete.
you,
I didn't mean to swear.
MC
But
Creations. Thank you very much for
so
always.
MC
I've just
Creations.
followed your mum. Does everyone want her
Oh, God, don't.
YouTube?
Jack,
Follow.
I thought you've been following Tony's mum for years.
No, I haven't.
Sorry, Mum.
I think his mum thinks I'm a bit of a twat. To be fair.
Well,
MC's question was about
everyone's
the
mum.
Tarsier, opinions on that, and there was another one floating by earlier about the Cadex dolphin. Has anybody had one yet?
No, however, I did find out. I'm pretty sure
Capes.
that the dolphin's $35, so that's good.
That's
I believe
cheap.
I believe it only does up to 1080p 30.
That's
so-
like one of those little tiddly camera things.
Yeah, like the what were they called by Hawkeye?
Yeah. The
So
ones
I
that look like a square but are much smaller.
So I think when they first showed pictures of it, it was going to look quite spectacular, but actually I think it's going to be ultra miniature, and that's quite strange, isn't it? Considering that they've got a little teeny tiny camera you can put into your quadcopter, the Tarsier, and then you've got this box camera that just does 1080p 30.
That is
What-
weird.
What?
I suppose
Wait.
it's cheap. But it's not as cheap as the other ones were. They were like 12 quid, weren't they, or something?
What are you laughing at? What are all these?
Fraser, let's get Tony's mum to 10 subs. No, Fraser, let's stop this. I'm never gonna.
I'm gonna be.
I'm never gonna let her post unless it's with me.
I tried to talk about drone things, Wayne.
I know. It just. Sorry, the chat just changes all the time.
We
Yeah.
gave it a good go.
We did. Yeah. Have you used it yet? By the way.
What's that?
These creatures.
Tarsier.
this creature says,
No, the only trouble I had with the Tarsier is unless you're building from scratch, it's kind of hard to fit in because it feels to me that it's built for like a 3-inch quad, but all the ready to fly ones I've got are sort of full up. So I either jack them up on spacers or I fit it into a 5-inch quad. I printed out like this, which is like a 30mm to 20mm converter, so I could put it there. But it's not. It's quite deep, isn't it? Because it's like 2 boards and a heatsink on top means you need quite a bit of space, even like on a 5-inch to get something in there. So no, I'm leaving that one till I get back from holiday with a couple of other bits. That
Oh, you're going on holiday again?
yeah.
When isn't he on holiday?
Permanently on holiday.
Where are you going to, Wayne?
This is the epic West Coast America tour.
Oh, nice.
What? It's a cruise, is it?
No.
No, he's
it's
not swinging
driving
yet.
around.
Not that old.
It's what? Sorry.
It's a driving around thing. Fly
So
to New York, then stay there a few days, then fly to San
Sweet.
Francisco. Pick up a car,
I'd
drive
love to do that.
national parks and things like Yosemite, Grand Canyon, Death Valley, Vegas, a few other places.
Is that something that you've planned yourself, or just someone does it for you?
Planned ourselves, and then we phone up a holiday company and say we want to go to these places. Find us some hotels, give us some quotes, give us distances between, so we know how far we can drive. and stuff.
I'm doing that for my 50th.
Not long, man.
I knew it was good.
Please.
I thought he
I
was
mean,
going
I'm
to
sorry.
say.
Please don't upload that video of me
I-
shitting.
Yeah.
I thought-
Sorry, Tony.
How
I
great,
thought it was
am I?
going to say next year, then Tone, something like that.
Jack, say how great I am, please, on here.
You're lovely, Tony. You're such a good friend.
Thank
Wait,
you.
wait
I'm
a minute,
sorry.
though, Jack. Haven't you got something else of yours, though, in return? Haven't you both got damning evidence on each other now? Isn't it stalemate?
I've got double damning in though.
Oh, right.
I've got driving license I nicked from the BFMA. yeah, Jack.
That's a good advert for the BMFA, isn't it? I nicked Jack's driving license while at the BMFA.
I've got double entendre for Jack.
Can I just say that the BMFA just was the stand that was there when Jack got his driving license out? The BMFA have nothing to do with eliciting, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Getting the driving license into Tony's hands.
No,
they were just a witness.
I stole that, ran off, take a picture of it, giggled a lot, and then used it as evidence if I need to.
Not only did he do that, he then ran up to me and said, "Look at this, it's Jack."
And you were like, no way.
Whilst I was talking to off the kitchen table guy, that's when he did it.
Yep.
Simon.
So, has anyone got any plans this weekend for flying?
Next Friday, I'm chasing drift cars with Jokervision.
Oh, yeah, no way. That's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah, I know everyone's done it before, but Joker's got a friend. He's got a friend, I think, and we're going somewhere. I don't even know where we're going. Rockingham, maybe? Is it Rockingham?
Rockingham, seriously?
I think so. And then
that's a big one. That is.
I think it's that.
Wait a second. That's not too far from NJ.
And then we are, this. Took a day off.
Which day's that?
Next Friday.
I've raced at Rockingham, I think.
And then, hopefully chasing drift cars. I've never done it before. I've watched people done it. I think I'll be pretty good at it.
Which day? I might be able.
Friday, next Friday. Hit me up if you want.
Ah, damn it! That's when I'm going to see that. Dude, that is so close to me. Now I'm going. Me and Painless are meeting up on Friday.
We can both
have
come.
like a little barbecue, hold hands.
Yeah. Oh, Jack doesn't like it when I talk about this, does he?
No, it's fine. I'm proud of you. It's good.
I love it.
Should we make mention of? Has anybody noticed Albert Kim sort of appearing on the sort of Banggood road trip currently?
Did you get asked, Wayne? First of all.
No. Did you get asked?
Yeah, me and Lee got asked. Yeah, this is it's something I never brought up. But I was asked to go, and I said I wouldn't want to go on my own, because if you look at it, if you include stopovers, it's a 27-hour flight to China.
Oof.
And first of all, Jack would disown me, because if I won't come down to Brighton and stay for a couple of days, and then he sees me in China,
I would have gone with you to China.
Yeah. Well, this was the thing. So it's like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, they're paying for your tickets, but it's only one ticket. And then when I found out that Lee, was the possibility of going, but no, it didn't happen in the end. And I think it would have ruined me. But yeah, it seems like Albert. I only recognize. I thought a lot more people would. I would have expected Josh and all those, or Hattie, and I missed it. Is it just Albert that's gone?
Just Albert. That seemed to be anybody that was doing drone things.
Well, when I read what it was they wanted me to do, I was like, oh, it's a free trip to China, but when you get there, you're working all the day for free, kind of thing. And it's like, in that case, yeah, it's a great offer, but it sounds like it'd ruin me sort of now.
As far as I could figure out, you were required to do some sort of live stream review, so it's a bit like being a QVC host. But
look at these cards that I got for 15p. 5 of them. Anyway, can we just quickly, sorry to interrupt everyone, shout out to Gigawatts, because he's not well at the moment, so hopefully
Gigawatts.
Get better, man.
Get well.
Get better soon.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting, but if I don't say it, then I forget what to say. So sorry.
No, thanks, Tone.
It's all gone quiet.
Okay, just before we wrap up, I'm going to say that I'm going to be this weekend at Wood Springs Model Air Show, which is down in St. Rosette. I'm going to be pissing around with some little all-in-one FPV cameras, strapping them to some scale things, and trying to stream it to the internet.
What kind of all-in-one FPV camera? So is the Tarsier one of them, or do you not count that because it's not all-in-one?
No. So I've got Cadex Beetles and Eachine TX06s and something else.
Oh, those are all-in-one FPV cameras, not HD then, right?
Correct.
Got you. Okay. I may possibly, it's not confirmed yet, but I may possibly go into a full-size fly-in.
Ooh.
So that's possibly not. Who knows? Because I don't know how I am and things. But yeah, it'd be cool to do. There's a possibility I might be doing that on Saturday. But I've got lots of products to review. Can you see that box back there? Guess what it says on the
chill.
Emacs.
Chill.
It says Emacs.
Emacs. Oh, I'm the best at tuning. Oh.
Now you know why Emaxes fly so good. No, I'm just kidding. I could never claim that. The guys that Emax, the ones that tune it, they do a cracking job.
To be fair though, I did fly your 3-inch.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about that, Tone, before we went off.
GoPro on.
It looked amazing. What was that? The GoPro 7 then?
Yeah, I just bought a GoPro 7.
Was it
more for mountain biking videos? But I just thought, I'm going to stick it on Andy's 3-inch quad that he gave me and do a cine style video, which I did, and it come out quite well.
It came out very well, but how were the motors? Because it's not really designed.
It's not designed for that.
Were they screaming basically?
Yeah, they were screaming while hovering, but
were they nice and warm to the touch of?
They were very warm. My battery was warmer.
Yeah, they're not.
They done what I wanted it to do. I just wanted to fly slow round trees, through trees, get through little gaps. I just put the GoPro. I put the camera down as far as I could, as in level. Put the GoPro with a little bit of tilt, so it was pretty much level when
Flat.
I was flying. Yeah.
Well, with these squirts, NERC squirt, for example. The only difference between that and what you've got is that yours doesn't have ducts around them. They are 3-inch, and they don't fly great, but it's the smooth footage that you get back that is what is the result, isn't it?
Yeah, that was, and I was quite pleased with it. I'm still waiting for my Banggood thing to turn up.
I thought you didn't shot there, Tone. I thought you hated them.
I got someone else to order it. I didn't order it through my own.
I think that's like saying I'm a vegan, so I got someone to just order me a chicken.
I got someone else to eat the chicken.
Slaughter that pig and then
I ate the lettuce.
Right, guys, thank you very much. Have all been listening to Let's Drone Out. Don't forget, we still have the competition from the stuff that is from Drone is Life.
Yeah. So
we got hat, lipo bags, load of props, stickers, and some sweeties. And you never know, you might get a sock in there as well.
Lucky that.
Oh God, not the sock of doom.
I've got to figure out a way of soaking the sock in something so that when it dries, it doesn't bend.
I wonder what substance.
So, what you need to do to be in with a chance of winning these lovely goodies from droneislife.co.uk is to send us your favourite moments from the past couple of 100 episodes of LDO. Send them through timestamps or clips or edits or screenshots or captions or compilations or whatever you like to letsdroneout@gmail.com, or you can message us on facebook.com/letsdroneout or any other means you have of contacting us, but preferably the email because that way we can see it. The judging is going to happen on the 15th of August, so you need to get it all sorted and with us by then. And the winner will be announced on episode 208, our 4th year episode.
4 years, wow.
I know, on the 22nd of August. So good luck. send us your
It's like-
clips.
Like
Yeah.
a whole World Cup. That
Yeah.
is, isn't it, for you?
Guy, big thanks to all our Patreons and everyone who donated, because we're losing Google Hangouts, and we're going to have to make our, one of our close friends, Dom, is making us our own platform, and that's going to now cost us money. We were so close to being able to like meet up weekly. No, what monthly is it? Sorry, I wish it was weekly.
We're so far apart, but we really want to meet up monthly and do some
Yep.
videos. And now this has cost us a bit more, but
Yeah, but he's such a shield.
Blame Amazon Web Services. They're very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're not a patron or you're listening to this via iTunes, go to www.patreon.com/letsdroneout. And if you can, just a few bucks. Don't forget, you get bonus podcasts for as little as $3 a month and topless photos of Tony that may or may not be there.
for
And
money, I will do it.
I can't think of what else to. Oh yeah, I won't be here next week. Tony,
Yes.
do you still want the bit that's going to be cut off me
Yes.
for my operation? You do.
What are you going to
ask
do
them.
with it, you sicko?
Will you eat it? Because technically it will be
I'm not
vegan.
eating it, you idiot.
Got to eat it.
I'm-
Eat a little bit of it.
No, I'm sending it on my drone somewhere.
You could use it as like a prop saver.
But
Yeah,
I'm only giving it.
Fall for that.
I'm only giving it to you if you delete that video.
Not sure it's a fucking good thing. What are you showing us, Andy?
It's a
Oh,
Shield Emax, the
Emacs
latest product.
What is it?
Can't tell you. Oh, nearly showed it then.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right, end the show. Thank you guys and good night. You've been joined by Andrew/Frank,
Bye.
AndyRC the genius.
Good eye. Thanks,
Don't know
Stu.
which way round a GoPro goes up, my little Tony.
Bonjour, it's not my fault. This stupid GoPro has things in it to make it go up the right way, and it didn't. Amen.
Going on holiday for the 4th time this year. Curry Kitten.
Goodbye. We'll see you for the next 2 weeks.
Notice how he didn't correct me, because he'd be like, oh, it's the 3rd, actually.
No, I've lost
It's
count.
actually the fourth.
I'm not
It is.
responsible for any of the holidays. This is my wife's hobby, holidays and booking them.
And expensive Land Rovers.
Hit the like button, please, lads.
Yeah, and don't forget to like my comment on your UAV features where I'm praising AndyRC. I'd appreciate that. Thank you and good night. I've been bright till I fly. You've been listening to Let's Drone Out.
Thank you.
Thank you,